I'm going crazy. 무뎌져.
Clearing your precious, you looked at the person tied on the chair in front of you. The man was, after getting terribly tortured by you, he was a spy from your enemy mafia gang and tried to decode your new deal by breaking your info system. But they forgot that you are not a normal mafia but a mafia queen. Half of the mafia world is ruled by you. They forgot that not everyone has the same brain. Isabel, it's your turn. You gestured to your right-hand person. You told her to send this body from where it came so they will know whom they are rebelling with. Isabel nodded and you walked out of the special room. You entered your office saying you removed your long black coat and placed it on the chair. You sit on your chair ready to start your work, but your eyes caught a red envelope. Tilting your head, you picked it up. Who sent this? There wasn't any name or address on it, so you just opened it to read the little letter. In it, reading the letter, a devil smirk appeared on your lips. Picking up your phone, you called someone. Zola, wanna go to a new cafe for some coffee? Reaching the new cafe, you entered with your two members beside you, dressing casually like other girls around. Boss, why are we here? She asked in a whisper. You looked at her and Zola, who were looking at you and the cafe too. We are here for a coffee date, just like friends do, you said with a simple smile on your face. Wow, boss, when did we start to go on friendly dates? She said, giggling, and you shook your head. You three walked ahead and chose a specific table to sit. Let's order something, waiter. You called the waiter, whose back was facing you while he was receiving orders from another table. He turned at your call and your eyes caught his features. The air around you became so smooth and scentful, and the time started to go slowly, just like a slow motion. He was wearing a black apron with earring dangling, and his tattooed arm caught special attention. His lips had a piercing, just imagine your tongue playing with it. How hot damn. His veiny hands holding a tray and menu, his black eyes were so perfect for hypnotization. You blinked your eyes when he stood in front of you, and Zola pinched your hand a little. Actually, we wanted to order, yes. Your eyes never left his face, as if you will divert your gaze and you will never be able to see him again. So, mister, she looked at his badge. Mr. Jungkookff, I would like to have one black coffee with mango pastry. And Isabel ordered two. So, miss, what will you need? You looked at him, you. Zola's eyes widened and she slapped your thigh. I mean your most tasty dish of the cafe, yes. Jungkookff tilted his hand and chuckled. His husky voice was music for your ears. Sure, I'll be back in 10 minutes. He went and your gaze never left his figure until he went into a room that made you pout while Zola and Isabel gave you weird expressions. Boss, are not you acting too well? She asked and chuckled with Zola, and you sighed because they will not understand. You guys will not understand love at first sight. You said like a crazy girl in love. They scoffed. Boss, this is my personal opinion. Love doesn't exist, only money. Money is everything. These men are in need of one night. Isabel nodded, agreeing with Zola. And if you want someone, we can go to a new club. But her mouth shuts when you quickly glared at her. Mind your words and keep quiet. Both of them followed your gaze, which reached a man sitting with another woman. Who is he, boss? You smirked and whispered, our coffee. Looking at them, they smirked with you, knowing the real meaning of coming here. But just then, that Jungkookff cafe guy came up with your order. Now you noticed a mole under his lips. You have already imagined a scenery of biting that mole. In your thoughts, you didn't realize when your hand touched the hot coffee and it fell on your clothes. Oh my. Shit, you cursed. Standing up, Jungkookff looked at you with wooden eyes. What if you yell at him but no? Sorry, it's my fault. Can you tell me where the washroom is? He pointed at the left side. You nodded and went, while Jungkookff cleaned the table and went back to his place. Entering the washroom, you opened the water tap and grabbed some tissue by wetting them, and you cleaned your dress and dried it in 1 minute. You sighed and was about to turn, but suddenly someone back hugged you. You saw the reflection of a person in the mirror in front of you. You? Coming back from the washroom, you guessed at Zola with your eyes to leave. They got up and left with you. Sitting back in your office, you were minding your work until, boss, he's here. She gestured to you with her head. You nodded and let the person come in. The person was almost your age. A big, bulky body and dressing style is not that bad. But you didn't have interest in these things when it comes to your work. He stood in front of you while you put your one leg on another, smirking. Welcome, Mr. Finn, welcome. It's my pleasure to meet such a beautiful lady and moreover a Mafia Queen. He licked his lower lip, gazing at your curves. You scoffed and rolled your eyes. Sit, you ordered, and he sat on the chair in front of you. What about having a good tea and talking? But you showed him your hand to stop talking. Don't talk without my permission in my chamber. He gulped at your raspy, ordering voice. And go to the point, I hate buttering people. Your piercing eyes made him sweat. I wanted to sell 50% to you. I will have 20%. You raised your eyebrow, nodding. What about the other 30%? He gulped and picked up the glass, drinking water from it. That we have another person too. Okay, leave the documents here and go. He looked at you with shocked eyes that you didn't want whole by yourself. Will you leave or? But he got up and left, bowing to you. Boss, he was the one from the cafe. Yes, that's our target. He's trying to make us fool, and let's go to our next destination. You entered the nightclub with your people. This is not a simple nightclub but a market of deals between mafias. Your eyes scanned the whole view and you walked to a separate section. People in your way were drunk and dancing in craziness. You all know what to do. Spread. In your order, you all spread all the men in the whole club sitting in different sections while you sat with Zola and Isabel. Boss, she gestured to you to look at your right side. Your target is Mr. Finn with the same woman from the cafe. And they were meeting another mafia gang, acting all clever but forgot who is dealing with. But suddenly you heard a voice that you didn't expect at all. Ma'am, how can I help you? Your eyes shifted to the cafe guy. He was wearing the same black shirt and baggy pants in the morning. You here? You asked him. He looked at you and smiled. I work here part-time. Making a sound, you agreed. So can I have your order? Zola and Isabel ordered while you didn't order anything. Can't get drunk in this situation. We need to keep our eyes on him and see how much buttering on bread is going on there. You were heard by your people by earpiece. As you finished talking, the cafe guy came back with a tray and drinks in it. Placing it on the table, he stood straight. Ma'am, you didn't order anything? He asked. You, the audacity. Zola was about to say something, but you stopped her and spoke. What if I want something that you can't give me? He chuckled. May I know what you actually want? He asked in a respectful manner, but your eyes scanned him from top to bottom. You, I want you. You said with full confidence, but for your shock he didn't react to it much, making you confused. Well, the moon and light seems good tonight. He bowed and left. What a rascal. Boss, you can get a better one. Leave him. But you chuckled, making her confused. Isabel? He said yes. Isabel's eyes widened. When did he? Zola shook her head. Well, I'll be back in a while. You guys don't move. They nodded and he went away. How? Dumbo Moon and Light is the private section room name of this club. He invited her there. Isabel's eyes widened. Oh yes. Both of them giggled while looking at each other like some high school girls. You entered inside the VIP room, which was whole empty, but a special welcome. No one is here. But then your body was pressed from behind into someone else. You stood straight. The person handcuffed you and his face nuzzled in your hair. Am I going to have a special treatment? You asked with a grin on your face, but instead of answering, he bit your skin, making you tilted your head, giving him a perfect access. He squeezed your that you let out a meow. He turned you to face him. I'm not being harsh, right? He asked with the most loving eyes. You shook your head. Coming back from the VIP room section, you went back to your place, but you were having a little difficulty in walking. Boss, you were right. He's trying to fool us, and them too. You gritted your teeth. I knew it. Now I'll finish his hunger of money and fooling with us. Left from there with your people, not knowing someone was watching you with evil eyes. I'm fooling the Mafia Queen, and she knows. But don't underestimate me, Ryan, cause I am Finn. He said with a disgusting grin that he thinks he's cool. Take this boy whom she was with in the VIP section. He ordered his man and laughed, thinking your downfall days are near. Next day, you were sleeping until your phone started to ring. You groaned and stretched your arm out of your blanket to pick up the phone. Hello? You asked in your sleepy voice. Boss, wake up. That Finn kidnapped that cafe guy. What? You sat up in your bed and shocked. Reaching the place you traced, you stopped with your people. This building. Yes, boss, the tracking system is telling this area. Okay, be careful and keep your mind and eyes open. You slowly walked ahead to into the building. Your gun was in your hand. I peeked inside to check and gestured you to come inside. Boss, why do they always keep hostages in abandoned buildings? Yes, so cheap, right? Even we have a special room for torture. They chuckled, but you heard some sound from behind. There. You said and took steps sharply until your eyes met the most beautiful eyes you have ever seen. He was sitting on the chair tied with ropes. His right side cheek was red. Seems like they punched him. Boss, that cafe guy. You gestured her to keep quiet with your finger. Jungkook looked at you but didn't say a word. You scanned the whole place and moved to him to open his ropes, but you heard a clapping sound. Looking up, you saw Finn, gritting your teeth and clenching your fist. What a great morning. He laughed, walking ahead like he won a game. Finn, you have courage against me, not an innocent. Leave him, you said, showing some sorrow in your eyes, but Finn smug. Didn't know that a Mafia Queen can be this weak for a bar guy. Your people were holding their up and Finn's member, two were there with Finn. Listen, whatever you want, let him go. Finn raised his eyebrow and said, okay then, the deal I made with you, you will give me all the money without any profit. You rolled your eyes. And what about the other person? He scoffed, they are so dumb. It's easy for me to make them fools, so as I did to you. He laughed like a devil, but his laugh stopped when he chuckled and Jungkook laughed. Your members also started to laugh. Finn was so confused about what was happening. Suddenly Jungkook got up from chair, untying all the ropes, making Finn eyes brilliant. What's happening? Who are you? He asked me, walking back when Jungkook got his golden gun from a member of your gang, and one wall of the building fell down from where other people in black dresses came inside. They were not normal gangsters, but all trained and special ones. Now say, Finn, what are you talking about? Finn was already shivering. Oh yes, why I'm being so emotional about this guy and who he is to me? Look at that golden. Who has the right to have it? Finn gulped. Mafia King, right? You thought you were going to make us fool and we will become. Well, we know about everything from the start, let me tell you. You sat on a chair ready to start your work, but your eyes caught a red envelope. Tilting your head, you picked it up. Who sent this? There wasn't any name or address on it, so you just opened it to read the little letter in it. Reading the letter, a devil's smirk appeared on your lips. There's a new coffee in cafe. Please visit and have it. The picture of coffee is in an envelope. See you soon. You saw the reflection of person in mirror in front of you. He grabbed you by your vest, turning you around. He placed your hair strand behind your ear, pecking your lips. So how's the coffee? He asked with a grin on his face. You put your arms around his neck and said, damn good. You were wearing your clothes back quickly, but he held your wrist, making you fall on him. Jungkook, I need to go, or our plan will be flop. Jungkook chuckled in his raspy voice. He pecked your neck. Let's meet soon and spend time together. I think I haven't done my work better. You're walking. He winked. You slapped his chest. Shut up. You picked at his chest where you slapped and went out. It was all in our plan because we know you were going to do fraud with us, but you forgot to clearly investigate whom you're kidnapping. Jungkook coughed as Finn fell on his knees, ready to beg him. Do what you want with him. You said and left the place, leaving Jungkook with his gang people and with Finn, who was on his knees. You came out of the bathroom wearing the bathrobe. You gasped when you saw a person sitting on your bed. Damn genius, scared the shit out of me. He chuckled and placed his hand over his thighs. You noticed he was shirtless, only his in grey trouser. His violin was visible in your side. Sitting with your bed headboard, he tilted his head, smirking, spreading his legs apart. Were you wearing a bathrobe when you left heaven? Maybe, but the heaven I am going to enter now, I don't think this bathrobe will be needed.
My mom was like, hey Mia, do you have to do? I was like, who's game? What do you have to do too? What are these people doing? People running and not getting anywhere.